Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Summer Silence and it is spooky season, so we need to start crocheting some spooky season things. To start, we are going to be making a Moonlight magic bag made out of yarn. So I have this Halloween tablecloth from Dollar Tree, and I also have the Moonlight magic part. I got some Moonlight magic trash bags from Dollar Tree. And we're just going to cut this up and make yarn. And then we're going to crochet a fun tote bag that is perfect for Halloween this year. Alright, let's start making some yarn. Okay, so to start, just unfold your trash bag and fold it in half. Then I'm going to fold it in half again. Try to make sure this is as even as I can get it. That was not even full. This is easy to do when you're not trying to film it. Kind of like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're going to cut off this end of the trash bag that's sealed. And then you're also going to cut off this drawstring part. So I will do that and I'll catch you right back in a second. Okay, so I went ahead and cut those off. And I laid my scissors down. And now I'm just going to start cutting this into strips. Probably about like that big. It might be too big. I always eyeball this part. So about that big. That's perfect. So just cut your trash bag into strips like this, and then we are going to connect them. Okay, so I cut up that whole trash bag. This is how much loops we got out of that. So we're just going to take one of our loops, uncurl it, take another one, and open it up. Take one end, take the other end of the other one, put it through, and then take the end and pull it through. Just like that. And then you'll have something like this. You just pull it. There's the first loop that you had. Here's the second one. And then you'll just keep doing that. So here's the one that we just connected to the other one. Here's a fresh loop. We're going to open it up. Take the end, feed it through, take the end, and then just very, very gently tighten. And then we have this big piece. This is folded in half to fit a camera. We have this much yarn so far. So we'll just keep doing that for this whole box. of trash bags to make our yarn for the bag. We might not even need the whole one. The whole box of trash bags. And then for the tablecloth, we're just going to cut this into strips. I'm going to cut this in half so it's more manageable, and then I will be right back. Okay, change of plans. I think instead I'm going to cut it this way into strips. But I still might have to cut this in half. We're just going to cut a chunk of this. Because this is quite a bit of tablecloth. Okay. And then we can probably fold this in half and just cut this into strips. About that big. And then I think for these, to make these into loops so it's easy, I'm just going to tie my two loose ends. So that I get a loop. And then I can just keep doing that. Same method that I did with the trash bags to this. So I will catch you in a second when I have all these loops done and all our yarn done. Okay, I'm back. I have an entire Halloween bag completely and absolutely full of all those trash bags and that tablecloth. And it took me hours to get that done. So, there's the box. I need that for the thumbnail. I made a small ball of the white yarn, or yarn, not yarn, and I'm just going to connect as I go because I want this to self-stripe. So I'm going to start with the white for the Moonlight Magic trash bags, and then we're going to add in our our tablecloth in so that it'll self-stripe once we get the first couple rows done of our bag. I had a 6mm sitting here. I think I'm going to go in with a 6mm crochet hook, and I am going to probably start with about 30, 35 stitches. You just crochet this like normal if you've never worked with twine before. I have a few times. I don't think I've ever made a full project though. So I'm just going to go in very gently and start my chain. Okay, so this is 30 right here. I think that's good. So I'm going to do one extra just to turn. And then I'm going to put three single crochet in this first stitch. And then I'm just going to single crochet like I would normally down the row. And I'm out. So I need to dig in our bag and grab some more. And now I have these everywhere. Okay, so just like we did with the first stitch, we're going to do 3 in this last stitch. So I already did 1, so we're going to do 2 more. And now we're just going to work in this side of our foundation chain and slip stitch into that first single crochet down here. Sorry, the bag's in the way. The first single crochet we did. So we're just going to crochet on this side of the foundation chain. This is our first row right here that we just did. And this is a chain. And this is what it's looking like. And I'm going to weave in this tail as I go. Okay, I finished the first row. This is what we're looking like. I just went ahead and single crocheted into mine because I'm going to be working my last stitch. I'm going to be working the round now. So you can either slip stitch, chain one, and turn and just keep working, or you can just single crochet like I did into that first stitch we made, and then we're just going to keep crocheting into like we normally would in the round on each of these stitches until we reach the length of the bag we want. And I will let you know how many rows I end up doing for this bag. I don't know if I'm making a tote bag or if I'm going to make a crossbody. Probably a crossbody bag because I'll use it more than a tote bag. But for as of right now, this is what it looks like, and I will just keep single crocheting around and around and around, and I will see you towards the end, once I reach the length, to make the handles, or the straps. You know what I mean. crochet, and I have finally finished working on this bag. I have done 35 rows, and now we are going to start on the straps. And I am completely out of tablecloth by now. So I had just enough to do the 3 stripes. So I am going to start by doing probably 10 stitches. Let me see. I always eyeball this part. Yeah, that's about. Might need one more single crochet. Okay, so 10 single crochet, and then we're gonna skip so you'll be skipping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 single crochet, and then you'll do 10 single crochet right here, and then we're gonna do a strap or chain for the strap, which I believe I usually do 65. And then try not to twist this. And then we're going to skip our 13 and then just do 10 single crochet. And then we're going to do the same thing on this other side. So I will show you what that looks like here in a second. Here's my 2 straps, and this is what it's looking like so far. And from here, all I'm going to do is 3 more rows of single crochet all around, and then I will be back to show you the final bag. check-in. I finished these straps. So this is our finished bag. The straps turned out really good. The whole bag turned out really good. I'm actually really surprised with how this turned out. This took forever, but I do really like this bag. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, oh wait, this is how much yarn we had left from the trash bags. And yeah, so we did actually have some trash bags left over. You could have done 4 rows on the straps, but I only did 3. Mainly because I'm sick of looking at this bag, but that's just me. But I hope you all found this video very helpful. I hope some of you try to make your own Moonlight magic bag. And I will see you in the next Halloween adventure.